What's up, everyone? It's your girl Rossi, and yes, I have another show for you tonight. Now, I've been working on this one for some time. I noticed this young man. His name is YNG4L. We're gonna get into his name, but he's hot out here in Sacramento, and I am so happy and privileged that I was able to get to talk to him. Like I've talked to a lot of guys here in Sacramento. Just to let you all know, my name is Rossi McCree. I am the host of Rossi's Clubhouse. This is a Sacramento-based podcast, and what I do is I focus on interviews in all areas of entertainment. So you'll see actors on, producers, directors. I have a nice lineup coming up for you guys. And tonight I have another Sacramento artist, like I said, YNG4L, and let's get into it with them.
Hey, what's going on?
How you
How
doing?
you doing, Rossi? I'm doing good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I am so happy that you decided to come and sit with me. I've been noticing you for some time. Just to let you guys know, I'm one of those people that I love music, all types of music, but hip hop, hardcore hip hop. Hip hop is my favorite type of music. And so what I did was I go on Instagram and I follow a lot of these guys. And if I don't, I'll follow one of their friends that leads me to their page. And if I hear something I like, I'll, peep it out for a few weeks and then go into their DM and introduce myself and hope they'll come on and share their talents, their love for music with me. So that's what I did here. Tell us, I always love to get into the name. How did you come up with the name?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of took me a minute. I was playing around with it for a long time. So growing up, I always hung out with older cats. My older cousins really like I would always be right there with them trying to tag along. So they always just be like, youngster, young, the youngin, bring the youngin. Yeah, tell them come on. And that just stuck. And that just stuck
Right,
with me for forever. And I was just like, I'm young then. I'm youngster. Like I'm young. And that's me.
right,
That's just and so that was kind of like, my name kind of growing up, nickname. And then
right.
as I started to come come together as an artist, I was like, what would be fitting for me, and I was just like, to be honest with you, I don't even know how I came up with it. It was just one day I was just sitting there playing with like just different ways on how to do it, and I was just like, I'm gonna put the 4L behind it and just started
Right,
rocking with it. So yeah.
right. How is it being an artist, especially here in Sacramento? How is that for you?
It's cool. I mean, I know we don't have a lot of opportunities like major cities do, but we're starting to begin to create our own. I would say,
Right,
a lot of artists are creating their own shows, their own buzz, and we got a lot of people and support like you coming
right,
in and interviewing. We need all this different type of content. So slowly but surely, it's cool. Um, uh, as far as just the music side of it, I mean
right,
we could use a little bit more exposure. It feels like a lot of the exposure kind of goes to what's kind of known already in
right,
Northern California, which is more of like the gang culture
right,
and drill music and stuff like that. So anything outside of that kind of gets skipped over.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But we're starting to have a lot of different artists. For instance, like the Philharmonic, Young's Awkward, and
Yes,
these other artists that are bringing
yes,
different elements out of Sacramento. Nate Curry and being heard now on a higher
right.
level is giving. It's starting to break that ground. For
Absolutely,
all different type of genres.
absolutely. So you grew up here in Sacramento?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So I grew up right like in the South Sacramento.
Okay,
South
all
Sac-
right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
lived in
Sacramento.
Greenhaven Pocket area, Sacramento. 10
Yep,
years out there
South
over on
Sacramento too.
Gloria. Yeah, over by Florin and all that. So I miss that side of town
Hmm.
though. But yeah, absolutely. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I
Okay.
tell all of you guys, for us, up north, when we admire you guys, but to us, you all are like the Bay,
Yeah.
Sacramento, you're
Same
all the
shit. Yeah.
Bay until I moved here and met a lot of you and realized that no, it's not that. Sacramento has their own
Oh,
style.
for sure.
How would you
Absolutely.
describe your style?
Versatile. Very
Yeah,
versatile. Because I like everything. And if I hear something, I want to make it.
right.
I want to create something like that. Like I think it's so dope. I'd be so intrigued by it that it's like, oh yeah, like I could do that. I want to do that. I want to make something like that. So it's really, I just really get inspired by instrumentals, beats, or
Okay.
other music,
Right.
and if I feel something, I go. So I'm
Right.
not I'm not too big on just like, oh, let me write a rap and then try to find a beat. No, I usually always get pretty inspired by music and
Right.
hearing beats and stuff like that. So.
I know I was telling you, yeah, I was telling you that we were talking backstage, and I was letting him know that listening to his music, I can tell that you definitely get inspired by the beat, because you got some classic beats, you got new beats I've never heard, but the R&B and the hip hop, did you know that you were gonna mix those two, or did your style just change over time?
It definitely changed over time. So coming up, I was just rapping. Never thought I'd want to sing or even dive
Hmm.
into anything like that. But as I'm starting to get older, I start realizing, um, what I like, and I
Right.
started getting. I grew up single mother household,
Okay.
and a lot of times being spent with my grandmother. So I'm slapping oldies all the time. I'm always slapping R&B music, Keisha
Right.
Cole, Mary J. Blige.
Right.
So I got all that inside of me, and everything. I think
Right.
my first CD that my mom ever gave me was like an Avant CD.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
so she been putting me on since I
Hell
was
yeah.
real young. So as I was starting to get older and mature and starting to basically going from rapper to artist, I started
Okay.
realizing that, I really like making this music. So I started to teach myself how to sing, and I spent hours and hours of learning how to master my voice and
Right.
make it right over the beat, and
Right.
learning how to mix it and stuff like that.
Looking at your catalog, because you do have a catalog of music, I have to say that what YGN,
Oh yeah,
the
youngin,
mixtape,
yeah, youngin.
Youngin. Okay, I'm sorry, Youngin
You're
mixtape,
good. Yep.
dope mixtape.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
was
for sure.
I was telling you that I usually put an asterisk by songs that I like from artists, and I'm telling y'all, I was putting in every song. I have an asterisk there, and I'm like, damn, I got another asterisk there. My favorite though, for you.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you posted
That
that one earlier
song,
too.
yes, that song. That's why I used it for the promo. And I just heard a little bit of it, and I was like, absolutely love that song. With your albums, how do you go about writing? Because I like to know how everyone has a process. Some people in the shower, some people, can think of a line in their sleep or a beat. How was your process?
Yeah, so that song actually for you um was written in Texas. So I wrote that like on my way to Texas.
Okay.
And then when I touched down, I got a homie out there, Fo Feezy. Shout out Fo Feezy out there in Texas, and I pulled up on him, and we laid that one down there. Um, so that's why you kind of got that swag to it. If you really
Yes.
listen to it, it's kind of more like a
Yes.
Southern Stack. So I was definitely in that
Yes.
mindset out there. So it was dope. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of
Yes.
the times that is how I get how I write. I write in the car. So
Okay.
and if you listen to my music, it's I know someone had told me before, like it's like your music is like you get in the car and just ride type of music.
Right.
Like, yeah, because I write a lot of it in the car. Like taking trips to the bay, or just we're in the car for a long time, we freestyling, and
Right.
some of those actually stick, and those freestyles turn into actual songs and stuff like that. And I take my time when I write. So
Okay.
I'll write a little bit in the car, I'll come home, knock some out, put it in an MP3, go back in the car, write the
Right.
rest of it. So it's always just different processes when I do it. So it could be that, or just in the studio vibing.
Well, I have to say, so Youngin mixtape, that was 2023, right? That was last
Yeah,
year.
I
Okay,
believe so. Yeah.
yeah, you have so much. You have Love Me, which is great. Hard, I love Hard. For You, Protect Me, True, Say Yes, and then we get into your what is it? Your Por Vida for Life
Yeah.
album.
Yep. Yep.
Mixtape 2022, I think 2023, I dated it. What's up, JoJo? Thanks for joining us again tonight. I really appreciate you. I love you, girl. Thank you. JoJo is at every show. Love
That's
her.
right.
Absolutely at every show.
What's up, JoJo?
Anyways, let's see. She Got It featuring Smooth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was
Just
one of
Me
the
and
first
You.
songs I've ever sang. Yeah, was
Really?
she got it. Yeah, and I was in the studio with my boy Smooth, aka Play Runner, and yeah, he hyped me up to do it because I wasn't gonna do it. I was just showing him like, hey, look at this little hook I came up with. He's like, bruh, I'm getting on it, and he got on it, and he featured on it. And
Yeah.
he mixed it the whole thing for me right then and there. It was really dope. But yeah, you were saying,
Oh, Just Me and You
oh
featuring
yeah,
Sway Sean.
Sway Shine, that's my dog. Yeah,
That's another one I like for life. Rewind, but I think your latest album is Lost in These Streets, right?
uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, the title song, Lost in These
Yes.
Streets.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, you got a hit right there. You got a banger right there. I love that song. How did you come up? First of all, can we talk about that album, that project?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that album kind of just surprised me. It came out of nowhere because I had like maybe one or two songs done already for that, not necessarily for the album, but just done. And
Okay.
then with over like maybe a month span, I was just cooking. Like I get in these little phases where I just start writing. So I wrote the rest of the album within like a month. So I came up with about 8 songs within a month, and not on
Okay.
purpose, just because I was cooking. And
Okay.
by like maybe December, I was like, if I put this song and this song together with these songs I just made, this is a
Right.
tape. You know, it kind of all got the same aesthetic, got the same vibe.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
kind of that Northern California
Yes.
vibe to it, that old school kind of
Yes.
sack, mob kind of vibe. So
Absolutely.
I was just like, yeah, let's just run it. Why not? You know what I mean? I feel good about it, and yeah, I sent a couple photos to my uh, uh, graphic designer, and we got it
Okay.
done. Yeah,
Lost Souls, Mellow the Man. That's my guy. I love him.
yeah,
That kid is so talented. That kid works really hard, but y'all killed it on that.
yep. That was the last song to go on there. We made it, and I was like, bruh, let's put it on the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's his song. And I was like, let's put it on, man. Come on, like you good. He's like, well, I'm not on the album, so you were gonna ask me to be on the album. So he's like, I guess, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that'd be dope. So
It
yeah,
is. It really
gave it
is.
to me, and we put it on there. So it was really tight.
And then we have guys caught in the life. Um, my favorite song I was telling YNG4L, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Youngin.
young,
Okay, I
yep,
want to make
yeah,
sure I call you. I keep saying
yeah. You could
YNG4L,
call
but
me
Youngin.
young. You could call me
Young.
YNG
Okay,
Trail,
thank you
young.
so much.
Let
I
everyone
was
calls me
telling
young.
Young
Yeah.
that one of the songs. I mean, like I said, you look at my book, the whole thing has stars all over it on my favorite songs. But how far? How far?
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
if you know Aaliyah and if you know this beat that she uses, the song's called "Come Over."
Hmm.
But the way that he laid his track over that beat, and ladies, this is for us too, ladies. Like this is grown folks music. This is like your man and you out one night or dinner or whatever. You can bump this. It is really dope. How did you come up with how far?
I fell in love with that beat. I had that beat for like 2 years.
Right,
I had that beat for 2 years, and I was just like, I got to come up with something. And one day, I just forced myself to be in the room and came up with it. Like I just forced myself to write it. So that's really
right.
how I came up with it. But it's funny you say it's for the ladies because I got a couple cousins, and they're gangster, and they love that song. You know what I mean?
The song is.
They love that song. So
I'm telling you, this song is dope, and I think it was there was another one, and I was telling myself,
wait,
remember this one, but it's
might have
another
been.
song that you have, and it's that like that old Drake beat. Caught.
Oh,
Which one is that? Is that Caught in the Life?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's called the life. Yep, yep,
Caught
yep.
in the
It's the
that one too. I think that actually was the first song that I saw when I was following you on Instagram, and you had just came out with the video for that. And I
that's
remember
correct.
scrolling through and stopped. I must have played that so many times over and over again, over and over again. And then went to TikTok, found your music, found that one, and I've been playing that one too all morning long. I'm telling you, I love, 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 love what you're doing. But with that, if you weren't doing music right now, did you have something else that you wanted to do as far as, career wise? Did you always know that this is what I'm going to do?
I think I always knew this is what I was going to do, but I never had the confidence to do it. Like I
Okay.
just, I just never thought I would do it. So I would always put it on the back burner. Like I've been doing music since I was about maybe like 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
So, you know, I just never really had, I had support around it, but it just wasn't like resource type of support where I
Okay.
knew where to go for a studio, this and that. Um, so besides real estate, I was, excuse me, that besides music, got into real estate.
Okay.
So when I was like 22, 23 years old. So I still do that to this day. I'm still in real estate.
Okay.
So that's actually my other little venture. I got real estate, I got the music, I got my
Right.
merch, and then I also have my event company, Together Live Art. So
Really?
those are like my four streams right there of what I've been
Right.
building. Yeah.
Right. When you said like you didn't feel confident, was it someone that came into your life? Was there a mentor or someone that said you heard what you were doing and said you need to do this? Let me show you.
No, no, not at all. It was a lot of the homies that kept me kind of going, excuse
Okay.
me, throughout
Mm-hmm.
the years. You know what I mean? Like I started my music journey with affiliato. So I met
Really?
that's who I met when I was 16. Him and Jadis. These guys
Okay.
were rapping at every party, I mean, these guys used to gather crowds just to freestyle. And I was lucky enough to be that youngster that was hanging out with all the older homies. So I would be in their
Right.
crowd a lot of the time, and we go back to the crib after the party and get into the lab. And that's the first time I had got into that. And then, growing up, more of the homies, we started making music. And then,
Right.
um, yeah, long story short, I kind of just was just like, why am I not doing music? You know what I mean? It's what I love. And
Right.
it always felt like I was getting called back to it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
these past couple of years, I want to say past 3 or 4 years, I've really just been like, fuck it. Like I gotta go after it. I
Right.
gotta go do it. So I just been learning on my own, learning how to sing, learning how to, upload the music to the distribution, and
Right.
trying to get everything off the ground. So
I hear a lot of, I think Tech Trey was also saying that Affiliato, they went to high school together. He knew of him. I hear so many good things about Affiliato. Mellow the Man, mentioned Affiliato, like getting to interview him and not realizing who I had in front of me. I didn't
yeah,
realize the legend that he is and the people he has been on stage with, because he's so humble about it. Like it's like nothing to him. But I hear a lot of
yep.
you guys, mentioning him. Besides Affiliato, like in the grand scheme of hip hop, those that have made it, who are your inspirations?
So I got such a wide range of music that I listen to. When I was first coming up, it was a lot of New York. New York always had like the original hip hop.
Right,
I
absolutely.
was into it when I was younger. Of course, all the mainstream stuff coming up, I love that.
Right,
Like the Ja Rule, 50 Cent era. Like
absolutely.
I was all over it because that's when I was a kid. So that was on the radio. So um, I had kind of had to do my own research to dig and find out more about Nas and Biggie and all,
Right,
Mobb Deep and all that stuff. So I did during my high school years. And then coming more into high school, and of course being where I'm from and
right.
Sacramento and being Northern California, we got our E40s
Oh,
and all that stuff.
absolutely. Yes, yes.
But I would say mainly um growing up, I would listen to like the mob figures. So Jack is one of my biggest
Okay.
inspirations. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All the mob figures, Hustler, Ryder J. Clyde, but even like Turf Talk. I love Turf Talk, and the whole
Okay.
sick with it camp.
Right.
Uh, but so a lot of the Bay Area cats, but also going all the way over to like Chicago, like Chi-Town.
Oh
I
my
get a
gosh.
lot of I got a lot of my
Oh
influence,
my
like my
gosh.
singing influence from there.
Yes.
Twister, Do or Die.
Yes, do or die.
Um,
Yes.
like that's probably one of my biggest inspirations is Do or Die, and so you'll
Right.
hear a lot of that. And I love like the new shit too, like Dirk and all them. Like that's
Right.
that's all
Oh, yes.
So I get a lot of, that's where I pull a lot of from the Bay, a lot from Chi, and I feel like those two cities are kind of similar too, and just how they like
Okay.
make play and music and stuff like that. And when
Right. Yes.
they're riding, and then they about that action and all that other stuff
Right.
too. It's like, oh, they got the whole element. So yeah,
And that's
that's
so you. That's so you. That's you. You just described exactly how I was feeling today listening to your music. I love Do or Die. When I discovered them for the first time as a young 20-year-old, getting into hip hop, totally just getting past just the mainstream. And my brother would turn me on to, have you heard The Click? Have you heard Do or Die? Have you? And I hadn't heard any of them, but hearing Do or Die, the way that you rap, I hear all of that. And you are so right about the whole smoke and riot and type of music. I mean, that is the vibe that you absolutely are on. Do you always, because I feel like you don't leave the women out when you make music. You have those, like I said, caught up in the life.
yeah.
Are you always mindful of the women, or are you just, because a lot of women listening to this? I mean, you have like 8, 9 tracks that women can just, we go
Yeah.
goo goo over that type of stuff.
Yeah. Um, I don't think I don't want to say like I really like try to make music for women. I
Right.
just make stuff that I like, and I
Wow.
like a lot of R&B. You know what I mean? I do.
Yes, you
I like a lot of the good stuff from the '90s. Like I'm a real '90s baby, so
right,
that's embedded in me already.
right,
So I love all that stuff. I grew up on all that. So I just make that stuff, and if ladies like it, cool. If dudes like it, whatever. Like I just really
right,
just try to hone in on what it is
right.
that I want to get out. And yeah, I mean, yeah.
Um, how would you define hip hop? What is hip hop to you? Because it means so many different things to so many people, but to you, how do you define hip hop?
Man, I feel like there's now so many different styles of hip hop. You
Right,
know what I mean? So we got, the South, you got New York style hip hop, you got LA, you got drill music. Now you got, Detroit, you know,
right,
style, and it's so many. And I think it's just so dope that we
right,
have this that it's expanded this much. Even
right.
into the Latino culture, you see how big it is
Oh,
over there. Like
absolutely.
it's amazing. It's amazing to see. And I know a lot of the old heads be getting mad about but it's like, okay, that you guys got your style hip hop. You
Yep,
got these youngins coming in and making a whole different style of hip hop, and
absolutely.
I think it's amazing. I love all of it. I really do.
Yeah,
I'm a real fan of music. So if it sounds
yes.
good and it's catchy, I don't care. I like it.
I
Yeah.
know, me being an old head and used to the Dre's and the Snoops and your um Outcast, of course.
Yeah.
Um, for me, when things started to change, because that mid 2000s sound just kind of it's like it stopped, it changed. You have the young
Yeah.
kids coming in, your future coming in and doing something totally wild and different.
Yep.
Migos, like I was mentioning to a Grandview. What's up, Grandview? Mentioning to him last night, the Migos coming out with their style. At first for someone like me that loves music but is so used to how hip hop has been, it was kind of different and new. But I have to say, um, checking out, your Migos and hearing how different that sound. And it was like, what is this pop and this? I mean, the noise, making the noise of the gun and all that,
Yeah.
dope in the music, and then hearing about this drill music and checking that out,
Yeah.
and that woke me up because I didn't know I would like it. You hear about it, but you're like, nah, no, this shit is dope.
But yeah, you got to realize they probably said the same thing about E40 and coming up and
Right,
our style being that same
right.
way, and with the hyphy movement. It's like, what
Yep,
is
yep,
this?
absolutely.
So it's like everyone deals with that at one point until it's
Right,
more established, and people are fucking with it. So
right.
yeah, and what blows me away is the production and the sound and the quality of the music. So it's like
Yes.
all this new music just sounds so good. Like take for instance like Juice World and his style of hip
Yeah.
hop.
Oh, wow.
Like you put that on in your headphones, and you could just sit back and be like, and just enjoy the quality of how clear this shit is. Like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
amazing. It's really, so how could you hate if you're really just a fan of people who curate art and put it out.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
I have to say, I think one of the best albums I heard a few years back, I was totally shocked. The Babies, Kirk,
oh yeah, yeah.
beginning to, that
That
for
boy.
me to have these young artists come up and do something different, but to produce an album like Kirk, that was me with my headphones on, listening to all of it, and just like, oh my gosh, this shit is dope. I'm excited about hip hop again. Are you excited about hip hop? Like,
Yeah,
don't you feel like they've woken it up, and just added so
absolutely.
much different to where I don't even want turn on a music. You can go to Vivo and just or World Star and see
That's
who's
the
coming
thing.
out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited now for new music when it drops. You know
Yes,
what I mean? When you're following these artists on Instagram and stuff like that, and they're telling you
right.
like, I'm one of those cats that I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna put on the little notification because I want to
Yeah,
hear
I
what
know,
new
right?
sound, because it also brings me inspiration. So it's like, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I really
Right.
do.
What do you think about battle rap? I was talking to Tech Trey about that and bringing that back. I remember the days of the battle rap and how exciting that was, and just to watch two guys go at it, just total freestyle, no writing. Do you like battle rap? What do you think about that?
Nah, I'm not really. As far as myself goes, no, I'm not really into battle rap. I mean, it's cool. I used to see
Right.
people do it all the time. Like I said, for instance, like probably the only people I really seen him do it in real life was Affiliate and his crew, that they used to go battle rap people. But nah, I never really got it into battle rap, and really knowing too much about it, to be honest.
Right. If I were to if I were to put your earphones on and your music, who are you listening to right now? Like, who are you bumping? It could be, the ones that have made it to local. Like, who are you listening to?
Uh, I know I'm always listening to some oldies. That's just That's just me though. I'm just always
Right.
bumping some just oldies. Let's see. I'm listening to some D-Lo right now.
Okay.
Shout out D-Lo. D baby. I'm slapping. I'm
Okay.
just going to you off of what's in my
Yeah, no,
D babies
absolutely.
right now in there in the mix. Got some Andre
Right.
Nicotina going on. Affiliate. See,
Yep.
and I got some Jacquees right here. So you know what I
Oh
mean.
my. Can
I
we
got
talk about Jacquees? Oh
yeah,
my
Jacquees is
gosh.
dope.
Like seriously. Everyone, I understand that people have their own songs, and he came in and hit the scene after LMA made hers and whatever, but love LMA, but when he redid her song Trippin', I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you, that's probably number one on my list that I listen to. I got a lot of Mo3. If you looked at
yeah,
my Vivo, Mo3 is all in it. Unfortunately, I didn't discover him until he died, but wow, what a voice. What I
yeah.
mean, what he
Straight
would
up.
be doing right now. I mean, just the gospel singing, the church singing with the rap, absolutely dope. Like I said, Lil Baby got a lot of him. Doug 42, a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's so many. I always want to ask you guys. So you guys are you're into music right now, hip hop. A lot of you guys though go into acting. Have you thought about moving into acting? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it a little bit. I think more so than acting too is just being on the director side and
Okay.
writing. Like I've already began writing one movie, um, kind of based off of like Caught in the Life.
Okay.
So I kind of want to dive deeper into that. So I wrote the whole treatment for Caught in the Life. If you check out the music videos on YouTube, I
Okay.
wrote that whole treatment, and I just kind of want to make an actual short film about that,
Right.
that time in my life.
Right.
So I feel like I can use a lot of the stories that I just have based on my life to direct. So that's definitely a direction I want to go into. Acting, yeah, I mean, I'll be down, but more so, I'm a writer. At the end of the
Okay.
day, I'm a writer, so I want to
Okay.
dive into that side as well.
Have you thought about getting your own artist? Do you want to do that? Do you want to have, artists, but that you represent or who you bring up that's in your crew?
I think so. I think I have the heart for it. Like I'm always trying to pour into the youth, and you know what I mean. I always got some
Right.
young life around me. You know what I mean. Mello, that boy, he's always right with me everywhere I go. You know
Okay.
what I mean? But yeah, eventually, yeah, I would definitely be down. If everything works out as planned, that's what I have. YNG4L Productions
Okay.
for. You know what I mean? Is to run a label under that, and also to do you know, any production we put out as far as short films go or movies go. So
Right. Right.
yeah, that's the goal.
So, what are you working on right now? Like, I know that we're fresh on the almost or lost in the streets. We're fresh on that album. It just came out, here recently. Is there going to be a part two? Are you working on something new right now? Like, where are we at?
I'm most likely gonna do a part two to all my albums
Okay.
and mixtapes. Just a matter of time. I don't really like to put too much like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm about to just make
Okay.
this album. I just make songs, and we just kind of just throw them together as we go. And that's kind
Okay.
of how we came up with this latest album that we're getting to drop next month. It's actually an album with Mello. So me and
Okay.
Mello's dropping his first album as a joint album with me. So
Okay.
we're gonna push that out. That's called King Talk, and that'll
Okay.
be out. That'll
Okay.
be out in the beginning of May. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So that's what we're working on right now. We just finished up mixing and doing all that, the behind the scenes work.
Okay. Do you like I know you write your songs and you do all that. Do you make your own beats or do you have people that you work with that help you with that? Like what's your team like?
Yeah. Now, you know, I don't have too many producers that I work with. I don't make my own beats. No, I don't.
Okay.
I engineer a lot of my own songs.
Okay.
But beat making is just, yeah, it's just a whole nother beast, and it's
Right.
probably you know what I mean. I don't really want to take the time to learn it, um, but it is dope, and I do know some producers that I work with, but really it's just BeatStars. Like I get a lot of my songs and stuff off of BeatStars and those producers that are on there,
Okay.
just buying and leasing them from there. So yeah,
Okay.
I would like to work with more producers and stuff out here. That'd be dope.
Right, right. So with your fans, like what message would you give your fans about your music? What do you want them to know about your music or take away from your music?
To be honest, like I call my music vibe music. So I just really want them to catch a vibe. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Whether that's whatever the song's like, given, I want you to take that and vibe with it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
whatever it is. So yeah, that's really the goal. Like I'm not out here trying to be the best rapper.
Okay.
I know I'm not the best singer. I know I don't make the best music. Um, but I know it's good, it's quality, and
Right.
I make it in a vibing. Like I'm just vibing.
Right.
Like
Right.
this is what I do. So that's what I want people to get. I want people to feel that energy. Like, okay, this is not someone that's just trying to be the goat. We just vibing. Like it ain't nothing. It's just trying to be
Right.
happy and bring joy for people, or whatever they're
Right.
going through.
Do you want to stay independent? I mean, I personally like independence, but I mean, are you do you care about a record deal? Are you into that or is anyone into that anymore? I mean, does that matter?
I don't think it matters too much. It would be nice because making music and funding a music career is very expensive, especially when it comes into marketing. So, and I know a lot of guys are catching distribution deals. So you know what I mean?
Right,
But,
right, right.
but other than that, I mean, if I could do it myself, I'm going to do it myself. That's why, I think that's just the mindset I'm at. I just want to be at my
Right,
own pace. This is too much fun for me to be
right.
like, oh, you got a deadline. Like, I don't work like that. Like,
What's the best ever been given?
say it again.
What's the best advice that you've ever been given?
Oh wow. um, let's see. I've been given a lot of good advice. So, what you focus on expands.
Okay.
What you
Okay.
focus on expands. So if you're gonna focus on some negative stuff, you're gonna find yourself into that. But if you're gonna
Right,
focus on what's right and what you want out of life, then you're gonna
right,
get it. It's just you got to think it. You got to be it.
right.
Yeah.
If and to give advice to a young artist, what would you tell a young artist that maybe felt the way you felt, or in the position that you were in where you didn't know where to go, but they know they want to do it, what advice would you give that new up and coming artist?
Yeah, I
Do's
would
and
tell
don'ts, maybe a couple of do's and don'ts.
man, just keep creating, finding your lane. Just keep doing it, and try to figure out a way. If it's really something that you want to do, it's not just gonna fall off. You know, it's just not gonna go away. That urge is not gonna go away. Don't, who cares about what people think?
Right,
Just go out and do it and have fun and be about
right,
the art. Be
right,
about the art and what you love to do, and the rest will follow. I feel like,
right. Do
and
you
get
do
you
a
some
lot of
good people.
shows? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was to say, just get you some good people around you too. That's
Right,
important as well. Mentors, if you got any mentors, you know, get with
right.
that.
Gosh, yeah, the performing. Do you perform a lot? Do you do a lot of shows?
Yeah, we've done some shows. I think maybe we've done one show this year so far. Um, uh, haven't yeah. Other than that, I've been creating my own show. So
Okay,
I got a company called Together Live Art, and we host live art and music events, sort of like
okay,
festivals, where
nice.
we bring in a whole gallery of art. We have
Right.
vendors, and then we also allow people to come perform, and we pay these artists to perform for the night.
Really?
Yeah. So we've been doing that since I want to say 2018.
Wow.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, it's really dope, and we should be having another show coming up this summer as well. So yeah, that's kind of where I put a lot of my focus and attention right now, as far as doing shows. I just want to create my own lane,
Right.
and then anything else pops up, I'm definitely with it. I'm definitely with it. So.
Let me ask you this. I always wondered, how does one make the money in hip hop? Like, where do you have to be? Like, is that hard to turn it into money? Like, I've always wondered that. Does that come with a record deal, or can you do that independently?
Yeah, you can do it independently, but I think a lot of it comes off of the show. So you got to be
Okay.
performing, you got to be booking shows, um, interviews. You got
Okay.
to be marketing all the time, but not only that, like selling your merch. That's where a
Okay.
lot of the independent money comes from. Is the out of the trunk showing up part,
Right.
and then of course as you get popping, then those royalties start kicking in, and
Okay.
and the YouTube money starts flowing in and stuff like that, which is nice.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people's bread and butter are off those show money.
Okay.
That's how they grow up. That they blow up so quick, because they're catching all these little shows here and there, and they bring a
Okay.
whole bunch of merch with them. So they're doubling up.
Okay.
But of
So this is
course,
go ahead. Go ahead,
I was
please.
gonna say, but of course, you get your record deal. You know, they usually got a bag to offer you, and however that situation goes. Now I'm
Right.
starting to see a lot of people like the Russell come in and get the distribution deals,
Right.
and they give you a bag off that, and that's what I'm hearing is kind of more of the goal, is getting with
Okay.
a distributor that will market you, give you the money up front, and then kind of go from there, as far as just making that back.
Okay, I always wondered that. I always wondered how that happens, because I've heard that if you get a record deal from a major label, all the videos, all of that comes right off top. Kind of, remember what happened with TLC, where we all was like, they should be rich. I know they're making a lot of money, and then come to find out, I think they were the ones that kind of hit you to the fact that it's not, I guess, like that. I guess they take a lot of the money from the videos and all the shoots that you have, and then you're left with what you're left with.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
you're
a lot
kind of
of
in a
it's just yeah, a lot of it comes with an advance. So the advance, um, they're given that, and then they have to pay it back to the label.
right,
And then by the time you're paying for all the hotels and the travel and the videos and the outfits and everything, then
right,
yeah, they've done themselves a big hole. Now that I don't know if that's for every situation with the record
right,
deal,
right, right,
um, but yeah, that's kind of what sprung out the independent artist is these people,
right.
kind of
I
getting over.
I think a lot of, yes, absolutely. I think a lot of I think E40, for me, one of the first people that I saw that was able to go independent, leave the label alone, build his
Yeah,
own thing, and then bring up his little homies and then build their own thing. I mean, I like the whole independent rap, or route, but I wasn't sure how that would work. And if you're independent, is it possible to make money? So guys, you heard that. If you're new artists out there, shows, if you're good enough shows, if you can get signed, that's great. But if you can stay independent and own your own shit, that's
Yeah,
the best way to go. It takes some time, but you'd be really happy at it because you don't have to answer to anyone, So I
exactly.
would definitely say if you can do that, absolutely do that. And today with the internet, you
Sky's the
got
limit.
kids. Oh my gosh, like seriously, like going not even platinum. I mean, even higher than platinum. Going what viral off the freaking internet, and then they're all over the place. So if you
Yeah.
can stay independent, I think that'd be great. For you though, I ask every guest that comes here that is from Sacramento, what's the difference between the Bay and Sacramento to you, if there's a difference as far as the music?
As far as the music goes,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say there's too much of a difference. I mean, I feel like Sacramento has a lot more gang culture involved with their
Okay.
music when it comes to
Okay.
like um, rap.
Yeah.
The Bay it kind of fluctuates through you know through that like drill type of
Okay.
music and just making slappers and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think yeah, we're more invested in the gang culture. Like that's just
Okay.
kind of how we came up, and theirs is a little bit more versatile as far as the
Okay.
rap goes. That's the only thing that I could think of really different. Everything else
Okay.
besides that is very, very similar. I mean, our beats, the
Right.
way we rap, the way we change our voices up, and all this,
Okay.
carry ourselves is very, very similar. I would say.
Do you guys interact a lot? I mean, do you have a lot of Bay rappers that do jump on a lot of Sac artists, or is it, because I noticed what I think Tech Trey was saying that basically the same thing that you were saying, like with the gang life in Sacramento, it's hard for you all to come together because it's the music kind of separates you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And up in the Bay, they're more like, family like that. Like I said, like E40 will let his little homies that just came out jump on his album, like there's just more camaraderie.
yeah. And then I think it just depends on what you're bringing to the table because E40 put on a couple people from SAC as well. You know what
Okay.
I mean? So it's like that. Um, yeah, I think it just depends.
Okay.
It just depends. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot. Let's shout outs, something you want to talk about, album, something I did not cover, please let us know.
Man, yeah, we got Together Live coming up. I can't express that enough. We're really trying to keep that going, keep that rocking for the people, for the community of Sacramento. Not
Okay.
only that, like I said, we have a King Talk album um, collab with Mellow the Man, which is going to be a really dope album. I'm really excited about it. I mean,
Awesome.
talk about Northern California sound and just delivery and really bringing kind of that old school feel back. That's what you're gonna
Yes.
get on there, and you're gonna get a little
Okay.
hip hop too. So it's not just gonna be what you hear every day from a Bay artist or a Sac artist. It's
Okay.
kind of that foundational piece that what
Okay.
we came off of is what you're gonna get. So if I could leave you with anything right now, it would be that, really look out for that album. This is going to be the one, and I really think Mellow the Man is going to take it to another level because he's so
Absolutely.
talented. He's
Yes.
young and,
Yes.
and he's got the drive. And a good thing about him is that he listens and he
Okay.
takes advice and he has good advice. So,
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna.
and he has good advice. So I take a
Yes.
lot of notes from him too, and we be vibing. And I think that's what you're gonna get off this album is another vibe album, another Northern California vibe album, similar to
Right.
Lost in the Streets, but a little bit of more old school flair. So
Right.
it's gonna be dope, man. Summer's gonna be lit for sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm so happy that I found out about you, found out about your music. I enjoyed listening to your music today. It's definitely in my playlist as well. The you
Appreciate
guys
that.
lost. Go ahead. Go
No, I
ahead.
said I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No,
Thank you.
for real, like for real.
Yeah,
It was a pleasant surprise, and like I said, grown folk music. I love R&B, and to have you have so much R&B mixed in your music, like I said, it just enjoyed my afternoon by myself,
Love it, love it. That's what's
having
up.
some lemon water, maybe a little smoke, and
That's
chilling to the
right.
music. Okay, so,
Yeah, you need the smoke. You need the
so
smoke. Absolutely. It
it
just
was calling for it. Okay, it was
come
especially when I
on.
put on that damn how far. That one really just laid me back. I'm like, what is? Who is he?
That's right.
Who is he? Why isn't he played everywhere? What is up? I
It's
look
coming.
forward to see what you're doing, and like I
Absolutely, it's
told
coming.
Grandview, who is also a great artist out of LA, who just opened up for Devin the Dude this past Friday at Harlow's.
Dope, dope. Yeah,
How dope is that? Speaking of, shout out to Devin the Dude, one of my heroes, legendary artist, formerly
yeah.
of Rap
Me
A Lot.
too.
Okay,
Yeah, I like Devin
yes.
the
Oh, what a job it is.
Dude.
That was so
Yeah.
dope. Okay, let me just ask you. Summertime, are you always in a studio? What do you do for fun?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I work a lot. I work a
Do
lot.
you? Okay,
I like to work, and I think that's the main goal as far as being an entrepreneur is doing what you love to do. You know what I
right.
mean? And then it's not necessarily work, but we work. I'm always in a. This is we're in my home studio right now.
Oh,
So
really? I was looking. I'm like, damn,
yeah, yeah. We've been here for
nice.
about a month. We're just now getting set up and stuff like that. We're gonna soundproof it a little bit and bring
Okay.
all everything in here. But yeah, we be you know, uh, in here recording a lot. And then besides that, whenever we got a show, we bounce out. But other than that, I'm a full time dad. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? So sports and everything going on, like my little free time,
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm in the lab. I'm doing something.
Okay.
So I'm productive with it. So yeah,
You
it's not a
got
lot of
boys or
just
girls?
going. I got both.
Do
I got
you
both.
really? Do they want to do
Yeah.
what dad's doing?
No. No.
How
No.
do you feel about that? Like, say your girl wanted to like rap. What's up, Clint?
Yeah, no, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I'd be with it. She used to DJ. Like I bought her turntables and she'll mess with that every now and then. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Shout
she
out to
do that.
Hayla V. Shout out to Hayla V. Y'all will be seeing Hayla, dope young rapper. She's great. So that's why I asked you about your daughter, because Hayla V's out here repping and doing something different.
Yep,
Doing
yep.
something different. So I'll see you in June, Hayla.
Yeah, I'll be seeing her too. That's what's up.
Yeah, she's dope as hell. Absolutely. Um, did I miss anything?
God is good, man, all the time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just
God
want to
is
give
good.
praise to God, man, for real.
Yes.
He brought me through a lot. I've lost everything before, and I've gotten all back. So all glory to Him. I'm blessed to be where
Absolutely.
I'm at. I'm blessed to just be able to use my gift to bring people vibes
Yes.
and get them through the afternoon.
I had a wonderful afternoon, absolutely wonderful afternoon. You are always welcome to come back, please. I mean,
Yeah,
you and Mello come back together when you release King Talk. Let
let's
me
do it.
know, hit
Yeah,
me up. I will have you in here. Mello, I'll be seeing you next month as well. But and he also, like I said, he's so he's an old soul, and like you said, he can teach you some things. He taught me some things that I didn't know. So Mello, I
yeah.
appreciate that, and shout out to you. Shout out to Tech Trey, who came on last week. Grandview. Lil Six, what's up? That's another one that works all the freaking time. Lil
Yes,
Six is
sir.
this. There is no sleep for Lil Six. Zay the Prophet, I'll be hitting you up. I love for you to come back. Yums, we're gonna be catching up with Yums Awkward too. We have a lot of shows lined up for May, but I appreciate you, youngin. I appreciate you coming in
You
and
already know. I
sharing your
appreciate you as
talents
well.
with me, and shoot, helping me out. I really appreciate it. You guys, please, if you don't mind, give us a like. Go into the comments, please. All of all of Young's music will be, everything will be in the link in the bio. So you will be able to link up with him, check out what he's doing. If there's a link that you want me to add that I don't have, send it to me via Instagram. I'll have my guy put it in there as well. If you want me to, if there's anything else you want me to add, I'll make sure that that's added. Thank you guys for joining Rossi's Clubhouse. I will see you. Let's see. I think I have a show next week. We'll see. I'll have some surprises coming for you. I really
That's right.
appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe. Please share this stream, guys. It helps us grow. That's free. Help your girl out. And shout out to Sacramento. Sacramento, stand up.
Yeah, man. Sacramento. What's up?
Stand up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are out of here, guys.